Okay, my lunchtime practice. Today we're going to look at 3 basic postures. And these 3 postures, there's a whole lot of details to them, but I'm just going to go over what they look like and what some of the sword work around these postures. Okay? So again, there's a lot of detail. So we're going to first assume Chudan Gamae. Now this is accomplished in a Hanmi or a Sangakudai, which is the stance that's suited for swordsmanship. Okay? So you're neither here or you're neither here, but somewhere in between. I'll just say that for now. Okay? Now, you're at Chudan Gamae, and there's a lot to this posture. This posture is kind of like the center of everything. That's why it's Chudan, meaning middle or center. All right? Like I said, there's a whole lot of details here. But just to demonstrate them, these 3 postures, here's Chudan Gamae, Jodan Gamae, which is, if you notice where this is in terms of the relationship with my body, and just to make a comment about this, you don't want the tip of your sword fishtailing back here, like that. All right, there's a lot of reasons why you shouldn't do that. All right, the sword is about 30 to 45 degrees from the hairline, just like that. Now, again, the grip, there's a whole lot of details here. I'm not going to get into that right now, right? So that's Jodan. And then we go to Geidan. Now, if this is the center line, right? That's the center line, the center of your body, the center of your opponent or your partner, all right? So you just, from Chudan, you just allow the sword to drop along that line, right? It's not a grip. You can't do that gripping the sword. You just have to let the sword drop where it is, along that center line. So what's the purpose of all of that, right? There are about 8 different postures, and each one of these postures are not fixed stances. And you got to embrace the idea that there is movement and stillness. And each one of these postures are tactical units in a sense, okay? So if I'm like, let's take Geidan Gamae, or low posture, and I'm here, and an opponent is coming, and coming to cut me here, all I have to do is step forward, cut up, and without too much movement, cut down, like that, okay? That's Geidan. Chudan, well, it's like I said, it's the center of everything. So from here, you can move in any direction, perform any of the different cuts easily. Like for instance, let's say ukinagash, which is a flowing cut, okay? So you're able to do that really easily, all right? Or from here, you thrust, okay? So again, like here, you ukinagash and cut, okay? And again, from Chudan Gamae, you thrust, okay? From Jodan Gamae, or middle or high posture, you cut from this posture, okay? So it's simply that. And there's a whole lot going on with that cut. The one thing I want to mention about it is that from here, your hips, I see a lot of people cutting and no movement of the waist, okay? So from here, your hip turns, and when you cut, that rotation of your hip translates to the business end of the sword, which is the first third of the sword, or the mono uchi, okay? So here we go, okay? You bring it to Jodan, your hip turns, and you turn the hip and let that movement translate through your body, get behind the sword, and cut, okay? Now, a lot of people, they think the cut, the emphasis is here. So, and this is one of my biggest problems as a Taekwondo and Hapkido stylist as well, is that I tend to try to stop the sword here. That's not where the cut occurs, okay? If I am here, the cut occurs somewhere there, like from the side, like right here. The rest, the sword just follows through and it dies. So it should look something like that, or that, okay? Not that hard stop. So, and again, to do that, you have to concentrate on the first third of the sword. That's where the mechanical advantage occurs, rather than trying to cut with the whole blade, which I see a lot of. All right, so over time, I'm going to talk about this, okay? So again, the three postures: Chudan Gamae, Geidan Gamae, Jodan Gamae. Same thing from this side. Chudan Gamae, Geidan Gamae, Jodan Gamae.